single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
Hi guys, this is Dr. Aura Tovar here. I'm the VP of chritomission, and today I am so honored to have an amazing guest on Real TIC Talk on Certainty Chiropractic Just Live, and probably we're celebrating our day of women chiropractors that just passed a couple of days ago, and I'm just so honored to have Rosie here with us, which is one of our most amazing chritomission veterans. So let me see how I bring them on the camera. Yes, let me see. She is not only the coolest and the most successful woman chiropractor I know. She's just amazing, and she's about to get on. Hopefully I did this right this time, and not many bloopers like with Dr. Martinez. So if you can hear me, say hi, wave, likes, hearts, send us questions. This is not scripted, so we're going to be talking real TIC and just about life, being a woman chiropractor, being a chiromissioner, veteran that she's been for many, many times, and her experience. So I'm so honored to have her this week, and she should be coming on. But yes, this woman is just a cool mom, a cool wife, a cool chiropractor. Ah, there she is. Hi, Rosie.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you. I could hear you
Good.
perfectly. I'm so glad we were able to get on.
Good.
No
Let me just
bloopers
set
this time.
There we
problema.
go.
Ah, yay. Okay, so I was just talking about you because it just, I talked about you with Tiff a lot, and we're like, oh, I just love her. She inspires me. Her life, everything is just so amazing. I just want to sometimes just jump into your body. But yeah, so thank you for being such an amazing woman chiropractor and such an amazing person overall. I brought you in because I know we could do some real TIC, and you're the powerhouse to bring it on for sure. But before I keep talking about you, I want you to tell our audience.
What was the last
Can you
question?
hear me?
I lost you in the very bit. Yeah.
Hello?
I lost you in the very
shoot.
bit. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So what was your question? I don't think I heard the last part.
I said I've been talking a lot about you, and that is obviously my personal opinion among probably hundreds and hundreds of others. But but yes, I just want you to obviously I've introduced you, but you can tell me how long you've been in practice and a little bit about yourself.
Definitely, Aura. Muchas gracias for just what you do.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me on here. Yeah. You're an awesome chiropractor, and I just love watching you and your just what you just did. You just fasted too for about 7 days. Amazing, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's amazing
God.
stuff. But yeah, just a little bit about me. I am here in Idaho, in Boise, Idaho. I've been in practice for almost 18 years now, and just love being here in Idaho. But I'm originally from Texas, from South Texas. I went to chiropractic school at Parker and met my husband there from Oregon, and he basically loved the Northwest, so moved here to Boise and just has been enjoying practice. And like you, I see a lot of Hispanics in my office, and so we are a bilingual office, and just have been serving the community. I know I met you through chritomission, and when we went to the Dominican together, it was just an amazing experience with just the service that we did there for the people there. And I appreciate your invite to that, because it was one of those things that continues to allow us to go do for the world as far as sharing the mission with chiropractic. But yeah, as far as myself, I don't know what you want me to share. I'm going to tell you this. I never speak to any organization or anything without Jesus. I love Jesus, and that's who I am. So I'm probably going to talk a lot about Jesus here because that's who I do it for. And every time I do anything, whether it be a talk or I go serve, it's all about just sharing just his love for us. So I don't know what else to say other than that.
Well, that's just wonderful, and you can bring Jesus, and everybody else is very, very welcome in this conversation here. I was just listening to you saying about the water fast and your experience with a Chiron mission trip. How I know it was very amazing for you because remember the waterfall challenge and everything. And we're gonna talk about that later. But I was comparing how amazing was my first mission trip to how amazing was my first water fast. As you were speaking, I was like, wow, I feel like those two are comparable to each other. That's how much of an out of the body experience. I cannot even describe it. Just like I don't know how to describe a mission trip. I can't describe it. You have to
And
experience it.
I truly agree with you, Oda. I think that just like when you go out and go serve and allow whatever gifting you have for people, you come back humbled. And I think that that's where, with just like you said, in relation, whenever you fast and you sacrifice yourself, it's hard. It's hard, but you're humbled because it's you start to realize, how selfish we are in all our life. I mean, whether it be
I
I'm
lost
sorry, my
you.
husband. I know my husband's trying to call me.
Oh
I was at
no.
a meeting. He left the boys alone for about 10 minutes and freaked out. And didn't tell him that I'm here. So now he's trying to reach me and is like, are the boys okay?
Oh
And so, anyways, I just
no.
declined him. But just bad
Poor
timing.
thing.
So, but anyways, I want to just make sure people know that I don't know if you want me to talk about fasting specifically, but the realness that when you fast, it's not an easy journey. And so I don't think that everybody should do it without preparation. Mentally, sometimes, you're going to break down, and that's all right. Physically, you're going to have things come up that scare you, that maybe may want to quit. And I know for a fact that, I've been doing the fasting from the beginning of the year. I decided to take it on because I had some issues with my sugars, and my sugar levels were about, in the high 200s. And I lost my mom through diabetes here recently last year. I think this is what really made my sugar levels even go off the deep end was my sister, also diabetic with type 1. She struggled, for many years with many health issues, but unfortunately just lost her life in October. And through that, I think just the stress of everything, and even the stress of knowing that, what, genetics are a tendency, but they're not a life sentence. And I know that, yes, the fact is I have that gene, but the truth is that we can overcome. And so I decided in January that, I'm going to fix this. And I know my adrenals are shot from all the stress, but I prayed about it. I said, God, I'm going to do this. And luckily, which is kind of funny because I put you on the Fasting for a Purpose group, I think, or you were already on there. I don't know. But anyways,
No, it was
just,
I got on. And I was
yeah,
like,
so you
"Woo,
were,
I'm gonna do this."
because you need people to do it with. And
Yeah.
luckily, that's what I'm saying. It was just a God thing that Dan Pompa and Mara Lee, who run that group, are friends of mine. They we're going to do it as a group thing for people to be able to take on. So it's just kind of like, wow, God, thank you. I'm not going to be doing this on my own. And so I just, decided, this is going to be the way it's going to happen through fasting and prayer, like it says in the Bible. And so sure enough, it's
Yeah.
just been one of those things. I committed that every first week of the month that I would do it, not only for healing purposes, but spiritual purposes. And it's been a journey. And this last time, you you did it, and I'm so
I
excited
can't,
for
I
you. And
mean, I had never even done 24 hours. The only prep I had was just intermittent fasting. I'd just eat like between 7 to 8 hours a day, but that's pretty much it. So it was a challenge for me, but hey, you were an inspiration. I'm so grateful you added me to that group. I'm so grateful for all the people that posted, all the people that have supported me and sent me information, because I really thought that people that did it were crazy. And now I changed my mind. I'm really hooked. I think I'm going to do it in July again. I just love, to me, was very much of feeling alive and this amazing thing that the power of the body indeed heals the body. And we have this gift that is called chiropractic. And we're going to talk a little bit about certainty, because I know you're a woman of faith, a woman of certainty, a woman that loves deeply and speaks her truth. So I want you to tell me, why do you think sometimes us chiropractors tend to lack certainty? What is it? What is the thing that we're missing?
not knowing, I think the biggest thing is not knowing who you are. And in my, I guess, where I talk about Jesus, whose you are. And I think that sometimes when we don't own our identity and who we are, we lose what we're about, and we allow the world or the labels, or our identity is lost. And so when you are attacked and you're labeled or criticized, we believe the lie and not the truth. And so I think that that's where, when it comes to certainty, when you walk with a confidence in a faith, which in Spanish, confidence is con fe, and basically you walk with faith, knowing who and whose you are, no matter what the world, labels you as, whatever. You're who and true to what you're created to be. And I think that we're all, already been given a gift, and what we know and our knowledge as far as what we understand with health. And I think that when you know that truth and that principle, like BJ Palmer said, guard it well, and you own it. So that's where, no matter where you step into, whether it be a school, a business, in your practice, when you go speak to people, even on this platform right here, you can care less what the world thinks. You go speak truth, and unwatered down, unfiltered, unadulterated, and you just go teach people, inspire people to go live for their purpose.
Yeah, I feel that if we don't tell it, who will, right? So we have to
Exactly.
definitely speak up and not care what people are going to think, because we might be that saving grace. It might be just one word. It might be just one thing we say that is going to click in their heads, and then they're going to take a different turn for them and their children. So yes, we have a sacred thing, and we have to spread it, and we have to tell it, even if we're not love, like, who, all those things, right? So now talking about our mission trip, and I said that we were going to talk a little bit. I know you had a little breakthrough when you came on our mission trip, and I want you to tell us a little bit about your mission experience. And also I want you to tell me, what do you think are the biggest misconceptions people have about being on a mission trip, or what are the things that hold them back from being on a mission trip?
So, like I said, it was a very humbling experience. It's one of those things that you have to just go for the sake of just going to serve, and it's not about you. And specifically, it's about going, and there's going to be always, when you go to a mission trip, a lot of fear. Even going to a third world country, like when we went to the Dominican together, there's always the questions that I get asked. I work with USA Wrestling, and I go to a lot of third world countries or just other places around the world. And the whole topic typically is like, do you have to get vaccinated? And so, that little kind of crazy things that people think that, you're going to get quarantined or something like that. And so there's one of the biggest things is just fear of the unknown. And I think that when you go to this, again, that's the beautiful part of it, is the unknown, is it going to go be used for a bigger purpose. And so when you show up just as a servant. You go show up and say, God used me here. I'm not sure what you are going to have to reveal, not only to me or for me to be used by others, but the biggest thing is being able to just go sacrifice yourself. I know that what was beautiful about the Dominican is and I can't even describe it like you said, but when people are willing to trust you with their children. I remember we were going through the villages and little children just coming up to you and having them all around you cling onto your hands, and all they just want to touch you because they think you're like this, like, I don't know. They see you as something bigger than them, but you see this love in their eyes. And then what was more beautiful about any mission trip is whenever moms come up with you with their babies, wanting them to be adjusted, and they don't even understand chiropractic, but they just know that there's something that maybe you have that can help their child. And I just remember seeing baby after baby being put in my arms. It's like, can you help them? And so I that feeling of having a mother trust you with their children and just bring all their family to you. And I remember a man just pushing us into houses and saying, hey, can you help this person? Can you help this person? It's indescribable. So if you've never been to a mission trip, I think that's the number one thing, is to realize that you're going to be used by God even greater than you ever think. And so when you come back home, though, it's a different culture, and you come back humbled. And so you actually come back. I remember coming back and kissing the ground, because it was just amazing how blessed we are with what we have, that you can't even imagine how spoiled we are when you go to these villages they have homes and these little closets. Really, they're not bigger than a closet, walk-in closet, without a roof. They have whatever material, cardboard material. So you can't describe it on the phone. You just have to experience it. And I just thank you for what you've done for the Cairo mission. I mean, and the fact that you still continue to do that. I can't wait to go back again, but definitely it's one of those things that I would really suggest for everybody that is a chiropractor or not a chiropractor. We know that on our trip, we didn't even have, most of the people there were not even chiropractors. They were just going there to go for the mission itself. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think volunteers have an even better experience because they are not too busy adjusting, and they're just seeing the love. They get to pay even more attention, and they see the magic happening, because sometimes we get zoned in because we're like, okay, we're adjusting, right? Because we're so busy, and the volunteers get to see this magic that sometimes we miss because we're in the zone. And yeah, so volunteers have the greatest experience. A few of our volunteers have become chiropractors that never knew about chiropractic.
They have.
So I think it's just a terrific, and thank you for sharing it. I've been doing this for 10 years. So, I have experiences, and sometimes I get also locked into the organization, the whole thing. And sometimes I lose the papers and I just get lost in a village, and I remember why I do this. I remember why I keep doing this over and over again. And it's just such a part of me that I don't think I can quit, even though it's hard. It's not a non-pay thing, right? And all the preparation we do. But I know that the service that we're giving these people, and the service and the love that the people that go get in their hearts, will be able to impact the lives of the people they go back home to. And indeed, about perspective, talk about running water. I love, every time I open the faucet, I'm like, yay! It's like, for me,
and they don't have running water. They don't have.
For me, it's water. Water, running water, drinking water, flushing water. Water is the thing that keeps me grounded. I've always tell my kids, you open that faucet, you say, thank you, God. That's it. There's water running. I mean, forget about electricity and AC, which we need in Miami, but that will be another plus. But the water is just, we get caught up, and then you see things in your practice. We're all busy in practice, and some people are still dealing with insurances and staff, and we all have issues, right? In our families, and stress, and the news, and everything. And it just gives us this new window, right? Into this, like, wow, our worst day here is not even their best day there.
Their best day, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And it makes you, indeed, like you just put it, humble, humble and grateful, and on our knees saying, thank you. Thank you, because we are indeed So blessed. So I don't want to take too much of your time. You've been wonderful, but I want you to tell the audience what advice you would give them, whether it is on mission trips, whether it is on life, on chiropractic, on family, anything you want to leave our audience with. The table is yours.
I think whether you're a chiropractor, whether you're somebody listening to this, even just for the sake of just inspiration on life, I think that the biggest thing is that you always open the door to opportunity, that, you have so much that is out there, that experiences that you need to go experience, and never saying no to those experiences. And sometimes I think that we limit ourselves from those experiences because of fear. So whether it be, like we talked about, a simple water fast, or something like going on a mission trip, or doing whatever you can to get out of your comfort zone. And that's why when you say fasting and a mission trip, it's like out of our comfort zone, because we're so into ourselves. And so this is us and this is the world. And so it's all about us all the time. So when you focus yourself on what's out there, that maybe, we need to just open that door. It's like, and pray for that door, to open that, he reveals to us what we need to do to get out of our comfort zone. So if I were going to just tell you, in every part of your life, whether it be your training and working out and your practice or whatever, get out of your office, get out of that comfort zone, go to that business and talk to them about what you can do to help them. If that feels uncomfortable to you, then just go do it. If it's something like with your children, that maybe in your family or your marriage that you're not feeling like fulfilled, that you go and you do adventurous stuff with your family and your kids that makes it fun for them, whether it be in your faith life, that, maybe if you haven't been to whatever church organization, whatever, then you go do it, whether it be in whatever part of your life, in practice, and in whatever you do, get out of your comfort zone, get those doors open, and choose to say yes. And I think that's where, like with this mission trip, people can say, well, maybe next year. And I think that's a stinking lie that you're telling yourself. Just do it, say yes to it, and
just jump right
get it done.
in.
Yeah, exactly.
Jump right in. I mean, this has been great. So Michael said we should all be so grateful. Thank you for water, food, air, and chiropractic. Amen to that. I mean, all our information is in chritomission.com. You can see our September trip. I'm going to be leading that trip. I look forward to bringing a lot of veterans back. So if you've been thinking of coming back, definitely come back. But
yeah, I'm going to look into that.
This is for all the new people. Definitely jump in, just like the water fast. I maybe should have done a little bit more research before it. But I just said, this is just...
But you know what?
No,
awesome, because then you would talk yourself out of it.
I scheduled it. This was just a patient that told me, I just did a 9-day water. I'm like, what? And she just, and it opened up the can, and I scheduled it in the book. I said, in 2 weeks I'm starting. And then I wasn't really ready. I had somebody told me stop drinking coffee before. It just didn't happen, and I just jumped in. But
and you just jumped
and that's
in.
what you should do with most things in life, because when we're uncomfortable, oh my God, we grow. I still feel the fear that I had the first few mission trips, the first time I got asked to speak somewhere, the first time I adjusted a newborn. I remember the fear, and then I remember, and now I know the miracles that have been shown in my life because of walking through those fears. And I'm just still amazed, and I'm still getting over the high from the water fast. I'm sorry, I just can't stop talking about it. But thank you, Rosie. You inspire me every day. Thank you for being you. Keep it up. I mean, Women Chiropractor rocks, and you are one of my rocking sisters in chiropractic, because everything about your life I just love. And I went through what happened with your sister with you, and I felt your pain. It was like, I don't know, you're just one of those people that, even though it's far away and we have seen each other maybe a couple times in our lives, I feel you very, very close. So thank you for being an amazing example for everyone in your town, for your family, for everything. Keep rocking on. And thank you for being a chiromissioner veteran, and for blessing me with your presence today and blessing our audience with your knowledge. It's been my pleasure. Everybody say hi, put comments, chritomission.com for next register, or you can message us. It's been a pleasure. Have a blessed day, Rosie.
You too.
Ciao.
Love you, girl. Adios.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.